like, because I think that's actually part of the problem is like, it takes me like 3 hours to read a 60 chapter book sometimes, and that's if it's a pretty long chapter each book, especially if I'm into the book. But like, you don't get that same kind of time dilation from playing video games, especially story-based video games. I guess that'd be the way I'd explain it. Yeah, no, like, you don't get that same kind of time dilation. Like, so, let me see. Pull up my tablet. I'm on chapter 1485 of a novel that I'm reading right now. And in that novel, like, that's basically just up to where it is like translated into English. And the problem is, like, I did that in about a day. Like, since like it took me I think I've read like 3 or 4 chapters since I caught up to it, and I did most of that, so I did pretty much all of that in one day, just one sitting, just kind of had a day off and just read the whole day. So that's maybe 20 hours. If you were to translate all that into like a video game, like all the story that happened within all of those chapters into a video game, it would be so much longer than just freaking 20 hours. And honestly, I was probably less than that because I slept a good 8 hours for some shit. So like, let's go down to 16 hours. Say 16 hours. It would be a hell of a lot longer than 16 hours with the 1,000 chapters. And I can't, like, a normal person reading this probably would take a hell of a lot longer than I do. And that's because I just read really fucking fast. But like, you can't get that off of a fucking video game because video game, like, it's voice acted. You can only literally enunciate the story as fast as the animations and the voices can carry it. So a 40-hour story is probably like, I think, 200 chapters. If I read a book and I was reading that slow, I would just stop reading the book because it means I'm not that interested in it, I guess would be the way I'd describe it. That's kind of the way why I don't really, like, I'm not too into fucking like 40-hour story video games as much. It's just they take so fucking long, and I'd like to read them faster. I don't mind. It's not always the story. Sometimes it is. I just hated the story. Other times it's like, fucking hell, like what is it, Dark Cloud? I'm actually, like, I still haven't figured out the ending for Dark Cloud 2, but like I kind of want to go back and play a bit of it just because I'm stuck on a part like that's mechanically difficult for me right now. But like, Dark Cloud is an amazing game, and I really do like it, but it's kind of, Dark Cloud 2 is yeah, it takes so long to get to the next part of the story, partially because of the grinding, which usually I'm totally fine with. Other times I just want to consume the story, and then other times I just want to play the gameplay. That's actually one of the reasons Dark Cloud 2 is actually so good for me, is like, if I don't care whether I'm consuming story or game, Dark Cloud 2 is amazing. I'm just actually literally stuck in a game mechanic on a fucking boss fight right now that I haven't gotten around and beaten yet. I think I might actually try doing that later, just actually going through and playing that game. That actually sounds like a good idea. I'll play a couple more matches to play. I don't want to do this for a good couple hours first, but I'm mostly bullshitting today instead of, actually playing. Like, right now I'm literally just kind of waxing poetically about how much I love this, how much I want a shorter story, Yeah, kind of. Yeah, people have a shorter attention span. I feel like part of it, but like part of it's also literally just me being the person who can read super fucking fast. So that shorter stories work out better for me, or written stories work out better for me because I can process that information so much faster. Dude, Dark Cloud is one of the weird ones. I fell in love with Dark Cloud. My dad was playing when I was a kid, and like I couldn't fucking play this game. It was like, to me, as hard as Dark Souls is now when I was a kid, especially the first game. Mind you, the first game is actually like legitimately mechanically hard. You have to manage your fucking like your thirst and hunger and shit too while you're in the dungeon, and your weapon durability, and that one is very mechanically difficult, whereas like the current one is a lot less mechanically difficult, and you had a much more limited, I think, point places for your gear. But no, Dark Cloud, I'm gonna need to get back into it. I'm stuck fighting the fucking like guy from Griffin, or I think he's the guy from the future. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to play as Monica to beat him. And like legitimately, you cannot get hit twice by this guy, or you die. And it is driving me up the fucking wall with how difficult it is to just dodge. Like, literally, I just need to dodge the fucking fight the whole time and swing every once in a while. It's like a prolonged fight, and that's one of the reasons it's like bugging the shit out of me, is because of how very prolonged it is. I'm legit about to fucking like switch my fucking console up and switch to Dark Cloud at this point. The problem is, once I actually like save the stream, it'll like save as Dark Cloud, and then somebody will fucking pop up, be like, why the fuck aren't you playing Dark Cloud in the comments? Because I'll probably leave this up for like a day. Like, I think so. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna do Dark Cloud. I think I'm gonna do Dark Cloud in like an hour or two. I'll play a couple more matches of Splitgate, try to get my daily challenges done, and then I will try that, just because, you know, just because I do want to try. I'm feeling Dark